Welcome back to the Movie Attic. I'm Mike, and as I've said 6,432 times, this is the attic where I discuss and review movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks for all the nice people out there in YouTube land. Today's big feature film is Them from 1954. I had kind of gotten this as a Father's Day gift. I was given an Amazon card, and this is what I got with that Amazon card. It's got a 4K disc and a Blu-ray disc, which I guess might look better that way. Without the glare, of course. Doesn't come with a digital code or anything unless it's hidden somewhere. And I thought, what a good movie to review after coming off the big live stream over at Retrovision Network about a Godzilla movie. And the reason I thought this would be a good fit, because there's a couple things with this movie that are in common with Godzilla. First of all, it came out in 1954, which is the exact same year Godzilla came out, the original Godzilla. And also, the giant ants in this movie were made giant because of nuclear testing. And at the end of the movie, there's kind of a little, I don't know what you would call it, a little speech on the dangers of nuclear energy or nuclear, radiation. And I think that's the same deal in the original Godzilla as well. So, I did bring the piece of paper, and with all the vital stats that anybody would want to know about this here movie. Like I said, it's from 1954. It's 92 minutes long. It's in black and white. It has Dolby Vision. And it's a new 4K scan from the original camera negative, which, as I've said in many videos before, you have to be very aware of the wording of some of this stuff. It doesn't say a new 4K restoration from the original camera negative. It says scan, and those can be two different things. So, but I will say it looked very good, so there might be a way to go online and see what the actual process was, whether it was actually restored or any of that stuff. I don't think the sound was anything, I didn't see the sound listed, so I don't know if it was, a 1.0 or that stuff. I believe it has English subtitles. The Blu-ray disc has all the special features, 3 of which I believe are new special features, coupled with a bunch of old special features. So, I guess here's one of these famous tellings of this story. It starts out with a plane flying overhead and a police car driving on the highway. I don't know if there was a report of something, but the airplane spots this little girl with a doll walking in the desert and radios to the police car. They pull up and find the girl, and she's kind of comatose. And then they find out that there's a camper or a trailer or something down the road, and they go to it. And evidently that's what the girl was with her family on this camping trip. And the trailer's all torn apart, and there's no sign of any other life in the trailer. Then it skips ahead to, I don't know if it was a store or something, that they go to talk to the owner of the store, but they find that place was all broken into, and they actually find this guy dead. So right off the bat, there's like 4 or 5 people that die. Oh, and then there's 2 police officers. One gets left behind at that store until other people arrive. He ends up getting killed. Sorry if that was a spoiler, but can't be helped. The movie's like 60 some years old, maybe even 70. Anyway, so then the FBI is brought in, and the FBI agent, is played by none other than James Arness, who most people my age would know from Gunsmoke. This was a year before Gunsmoke hit the airwaves. So I don't know where this is in his filmography, if he did other films before this. So he's brought in and they do some investigating with him. Then there's a doctor and his daughter that come into the picture as well. And they're like figuring out, there was a print in the sand at that first location, so the doctor's examining all that stuff, and his daughter is, in the same field as he is, and there's kind of a love interest between her and the James Arness character. What else is there? Oh, and these giant ants, the sound they make, if you're anywhere near the age I am, which I hope you're not, the sound these giant ants make is very reminiscent to me of like a loose power steering belt on an old car. Speaking of old cars, like I say, this movie's from the 50s. My first car was from the 50s. So I like all those kind of old vehicles as well. So essentially, they find a nest because of the help of this doctor guy and his daughter. They destroy everything in that nest, but they find that some of the eggs had hatched and flown off, and they were queen ants to start, colonies somewhere else. So the story doesn't end there, and they end up eventually tracking those ones that escaped. One went to a ship, and then the other one went to like a city and was in like the sewage systems or the water systems under the city. And then you have to figure, I don't want to spoil the whole movie, you have to figure it out from there. So I might not have said, I knew nothing about this movie other than I knew there was a giant ant movie called Them. Obviously I wanted it because it was, one of those giant insect movies from the 50s. I think they made some in the 60s as well. I was under the false impression that this was a B movie. And maybe some people would call this a B movie, but I didn't think it was a B movie because you associate B movies with, cheap production, maybe not the greatest actors and stuff like that. But the acting, I thought, was top-notch acting. Of course, James Arness, he wasn't like a terrible actor or anything like that. I found the professor, well, not professor, they call him a doctor, but I don't know, a doctor of what. He was studying these ants. And his daughter, who was also a doctor as well, they were very good. Even the little kid that's in the comatose state, she's very good. I thought, wow, for as young as she looks, was very emotionally great in this movie. So I don't classify this as a B movie, and it's got a really good story. And like I say, everybody acting in it seemed top-notch to me. And visually, even though it didn't say on here whether it was a 4K restoration or what kind of restoration was done on it, it looked really good. I didn't see nary a blemish. And a lot of this movie is very dark, or reasonably dark, takes place at night. I thought that looked very good as well. There is some soft shots in the movie. here and there, but that might be, I don't know if it's the source material or it was done on purpose. And the ants themselves, I thought, looked very good and not like a B movie, terrible looking monster of sorts. So I really liked this movie. I kind of started it a few times to get a feel what it looked like, and then I watched the whole thing through. It had a satisfying, in some aspects, a sad ending. But my oldest son, who actually gave me that Amazon card to buy this movie, said that there's a connection with this movie, that something they're watching on TV was actually them. So I'll have the pictures here somewhere of that. So I thought that was very interesting as well. And like I say, James Arnaz was great. The doctor was great. His daughter. You know, it had all the things that I would like in a movie of this sort. And I actually heard something that I didn't know was possibly in this movie. In a couple instances, I believe I heard the Wilhelm scream, if you know what that is. And I think I heard it more than one time, so I'm wondering, is this movie have the most Wilhelm screams that were put in a film? So if you know any of that, of course, let me know. But I heard at least 4 Wilhelm screams in this movie. I could be mistaken, because as you know, this is a professional channel. But yeah, that was what I heard, and I was quite surprised to hear those Wilhelm screams in a movie that early. So evidently it was a thing even back then. So, if I was to rate this movie, which I guess that's what I'm here for, I don't know what you're here for. Well, evidently to see something about the movie. I would give this movie a solid 7.5 rolls of pink insulation. I thought it looked really good. The story was good, great acting. The bugs didn't look as cheesy as you would think, you know, bugs from a movie of this caliber would be. So, yeah, there you have it. That's my review score of them. So if you got this 4K or you've seen the movie before, it's probably streaming somewhere because of what it is. But if you've seen that, or you've seen, I think there was probably a previous Blu-ray or DVD or however you've seen it, of course, share your thoughts about it down in the comment section below. Like I always say, I'd love to discuss all this stuff. So, until next time when I'm in the attic with a completely different movie, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.